Good. Welcome everyone to the Rook community meeting on Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. Let me see if I can share my screen here and we'll get started. Share screen. All right. Okay, can you see the agenda? All right, sounds good. 1.5, a milestone checkup first. I think overall 1.5, we're pretty much saying no more releases are planned. And 1.6, we'll plan on I think 1.6.9 next week. At least I don't know of any urgent issues. So I'm thinking next week we'll plan on a 1.6.9. It may or may not be our final 1.6 release. May do others in the future, depending on issues that come up. But let me just check the board. There's nothing I recall that was in here that needs attention. Yeah, so nothing in the to-do or in progress or review. I know there are a couple of fixes that have recently been merged that we'll include in that next release. But I think 1.6 is looking pretty stable. Let's see, is it in the top of the done column here? Oh yeah, the OSDs and how we merge the placement with the all placement. That's this issue at the top here that some people were asking for, if they have conflicting placements for OSDs. That will be included. Originally at the last community meeting, we talked about getting 1.6.9 out possibly this week. Does anybody have any concerns or requests for it this week still, or is next week okay? Yeah, I just wanted to talk about some CI things that I think it'll help if we delay it till next week. But let me know now or later if there's any concerns with that. All right. On the 1.7 board, let me bring this up. First of all, congrats everyone on the release last Wednesday. I think everything went pretty smoothly. The reports that have come in since then, I feel like are pretty minimal as far as any issues. I guess the testament that this was a maintenance release, a lot of internal fixes like around CI that have been good and stabilizing, but also no major destabilizing features that we needed to get patches out quickly. Yeah, so thanks again. Any general comments on the 1.7 release? Alrighty, I'll take that as a positive note. No complaints. All right, for 1.7.1, I mean, usually we'll do a .1 patch release the week after the release. But there's only one issue I feel like that has would be nice to get out, but I also think it could wait till next week, which is the CSI driver 3.4 was intended to be included in that release. And that backport PR was missed in time for a release. So people can still choose to use that release of CSI. And so, oh wait, I need to check actually. It may require a code change with that allows for that minor version of 3.4. So if that, I'm going to double check that. If that's the case, I think I will still want to get that out this week, unless CSI 3.4 requires. Then we'll target August 12th. All right, so we'll still plan on probably Thursday. I think it does require that. We'll follow up there. And just to take a quick glance at the board, although I didn't get a chance to really review it and check where we are with things. I think everything in progress is expected, nothing in the blocking release column. But are there any issues that anybody wants to discuss from the 1.7 board here? Okay. I'll take that as a no. And on to community topics. All right. So first of all, wanted to welcome Santosh and Shubham officially to the reviewers group for the Ceph operator. So the reviewers are those who are actively involved in the project. They're reviewing PRs and contributing many PRs. And Santosh and Shubham have really been on the project for the last couple of years, or close to 2 years, and contributing for a long time. I think it's good to finally say thank you and recognize them for their contributions and officially add them to the reviewers group. So thank you.
A small note on that. It looks like GitHub might be having a service outage right now of some kind. I'm not able to see the files changed or actually add a like a review on it right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, it looks like I can see the files changed, but still not approve the review. I'm assuming that will be taken care of soon, but.
Yep, there's a 500. All right. Well, that's fun. Status.github. Let's see what it says. Incident with GitHub Actions, API requests, pretty much everything. Okay. Everything's degraded. How nice. Okay.
Anyway, I very happily approve the PR, and we'll do that once GitHub's back online.
Great.
Yeah, refreshing it like works. Refreshing the page.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, yeah, hopefully that'll be back online soon. To click the groove. And sounds good. Already on to the build and release topic. So we talked a lot about all the CI improvements we've had going on. So I think the next step we've got is, in the interest of decommissioning Jenkins soon. So it'll be at least probably a couple months before we can consider turning off Jenkins completely, like just in case we need a 1.5 build for some reason, or just to make sure the 1.6 release is stable on the new GitHub Actions. So we still need to backport the GitHub Actions to 1.6. And once that's done, then that's what I wanted to wait for the 1.6.9 release. Confirm that the release is all good in the 1.6 branch based on those. And then I feel like it will be less risky to decommission Jenkins. So after 1.6.9, we'll say, let's give it just a month or two of Jenkins sitting around just in case something comes up. But then I think we'll be good to move on. So yeah, any comments or questions about where we are with the CI or ideas around that? Yep. All good. Okay. Now, Blaine, you'd added the Atari Phantom partitions topic. What's the latest?
Yeah. This is something we had brought up, like, I don't know, for how long it's been going on. I think it's been like 3 community meetings. So I think this is finally kind of rolling to a close here. The PR that I made to Ceph Volume got merged yesterday. There's a Ceph tracker, and then you can see the PR. If you're interested in looking more into that yourself, there's not really a whole lot more information, I think. And then I think we can expect backports to Pacific and Octopus in the next few days. And then it is really just whenever the next releases of those come out after that, before we can re-enable raw mode.
Yeah, sounds good. So we just need to wait for those releases of Ceph out with the fix. But it's in,
Yeah.
so it's in master, waiting for backports now.
Yep.
Great. And this remind me, so your fix in Ceph there, so it just avoids the whole phantom partition thing for those large volumes, and so it should be, it'll be safe to use raw mode again. That's the whole point.
Yeah, yeah, because we rely on Ceph volume, and Ceph volume is supposed to be Ceph's like official disk utility. Rook relies on it, not just for OSD provisioning, but the case that was really kind of throwing us was for OSDs on nodes, if the name of a disk, like for example, like SDA fails, then whenever the node boots up again, SDB becomes SDA, SDC becomes SDB, etc. Or the controllers aren't guaranteed to be deterministic anyway, and so those IDs can change. And we, in an init container for OSDs, when they start up, if we don't find the right disk, then we use Ceph volume to scan all the disks to find the right one to attach to. But with the Phantom Atari partition issue, Ceph volume's behavior was not right, and it wasn't finding the disks that it just wasn't finding the OSDs because there were child devices, and it had then assumed that the parents didn't have proper OSDs. So now that's fixed, and now our OSD provisioning doesn't, Rook doesn't have to do anything special to handle the case anymore.
Cool.
I've got a comment too. This is Richard Elling. We run PVCs, but whole disk PVCs. So we get those phantom partitions as well. But since we're running in PVCs, we've never had a conflict.
Yeah.
Kind of an FYI.
That is something that is good to have confirmed. That is something I had suspected was possible, and I know there's a like a bug report that mentions or that like has an Atari partition listed, but it's like an unrelated issue. But it's good to know that is not it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's
now that
definitely not been a problem at all. So
great. Yeah, thank you, Richard.
Just FYI.
Actually, I'm gonna make that note because I think that is important here.
It has only affected the non-PVC mode. Yeah.
Right. And that makes sense. Otherwise, we blissfully ignore them.
Right. Great. Okay. Anything else on that topic? That sounds good. Okay, and under action items, I've still got an item from a couple meetings ago about just resolving the license scanning issues. It's really just an issue of, or there's no real license issues. It's just the scanning tool that needs to be fixed, or we need a different scanning tool. So one of these days I will get that done. So, okay. That brings us to the end of the agenda. Are there any other topics anybody want to bring up? Going once, going twice. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. Have a good day and talk to you later.